All right. We have Good afternoon, everybody. You're all very welcome here to a mild but misty Johnstown for today's Connacht Ladies Senior Football Championship semi-final between the local host club Clonagale, Roscommon champions for this year, and the Galway champions Kilkerrin Clonberne. Kilkerrin Clonberne arriving here today as beaten All-Ireland finalists in 2019, the last year that the All-Ireland Club Championship was held. None last year, 2020, due to the COVID. So these Kilkerrin girls' last outing was in the All-Ireland Senior Final in 2019, where they were beaten by Abbey from Cork. Clonagale, of course, winning their first county senior championship this year since 1997, representing Roscommon. And so this is this, I've been told this morning, is the first Connacht Club Championship match that's been played in Johnstown since back in 1990. So exciting times for Clonagale, exciting times for the Clonagale ladies. So, as I said, on behalf of Eugene Pettit and myself, you're all very welcome here today. And during the course of the day, we'll be going through different bits and pieces. One of the things that we'll be talking to you about today is that Clonagale have initiated a huge fundraising drive this year to try and raise money for funds for all aspects of the club. And we have a draw going at the moment. A draw going that's where you can win a wonderful original 1960s VW camper van, which is worth over €40,000. So at the moment, those tickets are available to buy. You can buy one ticket for 25, 3 for 60, or 5 for 100. And right up to the end of the month, there's a special offer where you can get 6 for 100. So if you want to get buy those tickets, you go online, and it's at www.winaretrocampervwcampervan.ie. Eugene is making sure I get this spot on. So we'll go again, www.winaretrocampervan.ie. So back to the game. So today, as I said, we have Clonagale here. So Clonagale are aiming to try and get to their first Connacht senior final since 1997, when they lost to Hollymount. Clonagale, of course, won the Connacht Senior Championship back in 1995. They were beaten in 96, and their last appearance in a final was in 97. Kilkerrin Clonberne are hoping to get to their 7th final. Their last was in 2019, when they bet Kilbride and went on, as I says, to the All-Ireland final, where they were beaten by Abbey from Cork. Our referee today is Gary Owen McMahon. He's from the Davos Club in Mayo, an experienced referee. Our captains are Kilkerrin, Clonberne is Louise Ward, and for Clonagale is Ruth Findlas. So we'll just run through the teams for you here now. Clonagale line out unchanged from the team that won the county senior final against Kilbride a couple of weeks ago. Kilbride, who were looking for their 6th in a row. Clonagale upset the odds. Clonagale lines out with Gilisa Killalay, Jameel in goal. Anya Connacht is at full back with the excellent Mia Mackin at number 2 and Megan Kelly at 4. Orla O'Neill anchors the defence at number 6. Kelly Colgan plays at 5 and Captain Ruth Findlas plays at 7 in a positional switch from the county final. Strong midfield pairing of Eda Crahan and Jennifer Higgins. Kimberly Findlas lines out at 10. Rochelle Lennon lines out leading the attack at 11 with Shauna Bannon at 12 in that switch with Ruth Findlas. Cueva Lennon leads the attack from 14 with the excellent Sinead Farrell and Cara Earl. Sinead at 13 and Cara Earl at 15. Meanwhile, Kilkerrin line out with Lisa Murphy in goal. Full back line of Aisling Costello at 2, Sarah Gormley at 3 and Chloe Costello at 4. All-star Nicola Ward anchors the defence at number 6 with Siobhan Fahy at number 5 and Claire Dunleavy at number 7. County player Siobhan Dibley at number 8 and Hannah Noon at number 9. Other county player number 10 and sister Olivia Dibley. The attack is led by Maeve Flanagan at 11 and Lindsay Noon at 12. Chloe Miskell is at 14 with Eva Noon at 13 and Ailish Morrissey at 15. And now we have Aaron Naveen. So what's a lovely day for football here. It's a bit overcast, it's a bit misty, but it's dry, and we're looking forward to an excellent game of football here today. I'd like to welcome everybody that's joining our coverage here today, especially all Clonagale or Kilkerrin expats that's watching this from all over the world, from places like England and America and Australia, and anybody that's tuned in. I'd like to give a huge shout out to 2 huge Sonic Clonagale supporters who can't be here today, Annette Durney and Lil Shine. I hope you're doing better, and we hope you enjoyed the fair that's on for us here today. I'd also like to put a shout out to a group of Clonagale ladies that was away this weekend, including our county secretary, who should be here today, but she's not because she decided to go away for the weekend. But I hope you enjoyed the fair that's on offer. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're getting ready for what we hope will be a cracker of a game. Kilkerrin Clonberne coming in here as huge favourites, obviously, All-Ireland finalists. But Clonagale will hope to upset the apple cart, and this is a Clonagale team that has done a huge amount of work. Clonagale, of course, managed by Finbar Egan with Marie Kelly with him, and they also have Cathal Shanahan, Joe Fallon, Martina O'Brien and Mary O'Brien, Ursula Hickey and Patrice Kenny, who's doing the strength and conditioning and indeed has done a huge job with that. Tony Flannery, physio, and Gubnett Lennon. Meanwhile, Kilkerrin are managed by Willie Ward and mentors Michael Dibley, Gerard Noon, Deirdre Bracken, John Boyle, Katrina Connolly and their physio Fergal O'Reilly. So all is set here for what we hope will be an epic game of football. So very best of luck to both teams, and we hope you enjoyed the coverage that we brought you. So if you want to just sit back and enjoy what we hope is a great game of football, and straight away the ball is thrown in and well won there by Jennifer Higgins in the middle of the field. So this is a great start for Clonagale. Jennifer now goes attacking that Kilkerrin goal, which is up to our right as we look. Gives a pass, but that ball is broken down, and it's picked up there by Olivia Dibley. Olivia, of course, or sorry, not Olivia Dibley. That's picked up by Louise Ward. Louise, who wasn't down to play. Louise is the captain, sister of Nicola, but Louise has started this game and she's wearing number 20. So she puts that ball out here to Lindsay Noon. Now Lindsay Noon back into the middle to Louise Ward. Louise Ward, superb player, gives it back into the middle, and now they attack. This is their fullback, Sarah Gormley. These are a very dangerous team. Out the far side to Claire Dunleavy, and straight away they're showing their intent and they're taking this game to Clonagale. Eva Noon now. Eva Noon comes back into the centre of the field, looking for an opening, tackled by the Clonagale girls. Jennifer Higgins stops her run, but she just gives it back out the field. And Kilkerrin look like the mean business. Ball is played into the full forward, Chloe Miskell, and now it's with Lindsay Noon. Lindsay Noon straight at goal. This is an early chance for them, Lindsay, but she mishandles that ball, and she was tackled back there by Anya Connaughton, and our referee Gary Owen McMahon saw a foul there, so an early chance for Kilkerrin Clonberne. So an excellent fetch in the middle of the field from the throw in by Jennifer Higgins, but unfortunately the attack broke down and straight away Kilkerrin showed just how dangerous they are. So this is with Olivia Divley, and with her right foot Olivia kicks the first point of the game. A very accomplished player, Olivia, county player for Galway, of course, inter-county footballer. This is a Kilkerrin team that's backbone by maybe 10 Galway inter-county players, and they also have a number of all-stars, including the Ward sisters, Nicola at number 6 and Louise at number 20. So very strong opposition. Meanwhile, first kick out by Jaleesa, out the middle of the field, and now this is Ruth Findlas, Ruth the captain now, working from wing half back into the middle to Jennifer Higgins, and Jennifer goes into the corner, and this is with Sinead Farrell, but Sinead is beaten to that ball. These will be very tight backs picked up by Nicola Ward, and now it's out through Hannah Noon. Now Hannah Noon attacking up the centre for Kilkerrin Clonberne. These looks very good, very lively. Kilkerrin now, ball is played out to the far side, and it's one there, and they come back through the middle again with Claire Dunleavy. Now Claire Dunleavy, she's tackled by Mia Mackin, but she passes that ball off to the captain, Louise Ward, and Louise is fouled by Orla O'Neill. So another free here now for Kilkerrin Clonberne. They're on the 50-yard line. She looks to see, and she punts that ball in high. That's in towards Ailish Morrissey. Ailish Morrissey with her right foot, Ailish Morrissey, and in a flash, Ailish Morrissey turns and just pops that ball over the bar for her first point of the game. And I think evidence there of just how dangerous this Kilkerrin team is when they're going forward. So we're in the early moments of this game. And the ball is kicked out and it broke in the middle of the field, and it's picked up there by Siobhan Divley. Siobhan is fouled by Rochelle Lennon there, so a couple of easy frees early on for Kilkerrin Clonberne. Nicola Ward, who tends to drive this team from centre half back, feeds it back. Ball is with Caitlin Mee. Caitlin, who started this game, she's in at number 17. So this is with Louise Ward, the captain now. She feeds it out the far side, out to Olivia Divley. Olivia, as I said earlier on, county player now. She's faced up by Kimberly Findlas, but she carries that ball and carries it well, and now she comes into the middle, and it's back to Louise Ward. Louise now, well tackled by Clonagale, but feeds it back out to Ailish Morrissey. Ailish, who scored the last point, she looks like she's lining up, but that's a super tackle there. Excellent tackle there by Shauna Bannon, and Shauna did really well to win that, so Shauna Bannon has won that back. Oh, but Shauna gives that ball in a wayward, and it comes across the field, and that's a lobbed ball, and that's a score there for Kilkerrin Clonberne. I'll tell you in a second who scored it. But again, a lightning attack, and the ball was won over there, but it was in an attempt to pass it back into the middle. The ball went straight to one of the Kilkerrin players, and that ball was popped over the bar. So a lightning start here for Kilkerrin Clonberne. They've scored 3 points here. Meanwhile, ball is punted out by Jaleesa out the middle of the field. And that last point was scored by Eva Noon, the corner forward. Now, Kilkerrin has it again. This is with Nicola Ward. Very strong around the middle, into her sister, Louise Ward, or into, Caitlin Mee. Caitlin Mee. Now, that ball is fed off, and here they come attacking again. Down the side, this is with Olivia Divley, or with Louise Ward. Louise now into the corner here. This is with Ailish Morrissey. Ailish is point scorer already. Ailish gets it onto that and dinks that ball into the centre. But that's well fought for in there by Anya Connaughton. It runs past Anya Connaughton and Chloe Miskell. Picked up by Jaleesa. Now Megan Kelly. Now can Clonagale get themselves out of this defensive area? Ball out here to Shauna Bannon. Now Shauna sees she can get something going. She gives that ball to Anya Connaughton, who's come out the field. Anya picks it up. Now, can Clonagale get something here to settle them? Meanwhile, the ball is with Cueva Lennon. Pass, but Cueva drops it, and it's picked up there by Sarah Gormley. I think what's very evident here is if we don't get our first touch right, these girls from Kilburn will just pick the ball up and they're gone. So here they attack again from the middle of the field. Siobhan Divley now right across the field. And this ball is with Olivia Divley. Impressive player Olivia now, giving out the far side there. And it was with Louise Ward. Louise gets it and dinks it into the full forward. Now this is a dangerous full forward, Chloe Miskell. She turns Kelly Colgan, and there's an interpass in there, and now that ball is back again. And with the left foot, it's kicked in by Eva Noon, but that ball goes wide. So that's wide for Kilkerrin's first wide of the day. So good start by Kilkerrin, difficult start for Clonagale. It's become evidence at this stage that they're in against a serious side here in Kilkerrin Clonberne. Of course, these girls weren't in last year's All-Ireland final for nothing. So we'll see what Clonagale can do. Ball is put out the middle. It breaks in the middle of the field and it comes into the hands of Jennifer Higgins. Now Jennifer, big hopes on Jennifer for today. Jennifer carries that ball forward and she goes long to Cueva Lennon. Cueva is there, but she's beaten to that ball by Sarah Gormley at full back. And back into Nicola Ward, and here they come again attacking from the back. Ball is in the hands of Siobhan Divley in the middle of the field. Back to Sarah Gormley. These girls are working this ball out of defence. It's with Claire Dunleavy. Now, Claire Dunleavy tackled by Ruth Findus, but showing great speed there. Ball is given into the middle, and here we go with Olivia Divley, who's been on an awful lot of ball already. Olivia Divley running at this Clonagale defence, and it's now opening up in front of her. Orla O'Neill comes across to cut out the danger. The ball is given into the centre to Louise Ward. Louise Ward turns inside, gives it back to the full forward. The full forward gets the ball, and Chloe Miskell taps over her first point of the game. So that's a point each for the Kilkerrin full forward line. Eva Noon, Chloe Miskell and Ailish Morrissey all have kicked a point apiece here. And after 5 minutes, Kilkerrin Clonberne are 4 points to no score up. So Clonagale are a bit shell-shocked here at the moment, so they need to try and do something here to get their hands on the ball, to slow it down, to bring this game to Kilkerrin. Jalisa goes long out the middle of the field, but that ball goes straight into the hands of Olivia Divley. Now, Olivia back and takes it back inside, and now this is with Louise Ward. Louise Ward inside, and this is Ailish Morrissey, and Ailish Morrissey with her right foot kicks the second point of the game. 2 points for Ailish Morrissey, and all of a sudden they've opened up a 5-point gap here. So I think for everybody that's watching, it's fairly evident why these girls were in the All-Ireland final in 2019. As I said earlier on, this is a Kilkerrin Clonberne team that's looking to get back to their 7th Connacht final, but they've won 4 in the last 6 years. Meanwhile, Jalisa kicks that ball out, but it's won there by Olivia Divley, who's winning everything that fair side. Now, here they come again, and that's with corner forward Eva Noon, and Eva has kicked her second point of the game. So 2 points for Eva Noon at 13, 2 for Ailish Morrissey at 15, a point for Chloe Miskell, the full forward, and a free by Olivia Divley. That means 6 points. Meanwhile, Clonagale haven't had a shot in anger yet. So they need to consolidate here now. Jalisa needs to take her time with this kick out and see can we find some of the Clonagale girls. So she slows it down. She looks up to see who's available, and she comes out this side of the field. It's high. It's dropping under Jennifer Higgins, but it's picked up there by the excellent Hannah Noon. Siobhan Divley. Siobhan back into the centre now. This is Claire Dunleavy, tackled by Ruth Finless, but she goes out, and Olivia Divley out there seems to have all the room at Johnstown to pick up that ball. She's running clean. This is Olivia Divley coming straight through. She shoots. Oh, she flashes that ball over the bar for what really should have been a point. But Olivia Divley picked that ball up 40 yards out, and she was wide open. There was no Clonagale players anywhere, and she just literally ran through the middle of that defence. And luckily for Clonagale, she drove the ball high over the bar when the goal was gaping in front of her. But it's another point for Kilkerrin Clonberne, and it's their 6th point of the game, and we've now played almost 8 minutes of this first half. So ball is kicked out high this side. Jennifer Higgins is underneath it. She gets the ball this time. It breaks it down, but she's fouled there, fouled by Siobhan Divley. But once again, Kilkerrin Clonberne was onto the break straight away. So Clann needs to try and get something going here. Jennifer Higgins with the ball in her hand, looking to see who's available. She dinks that ball up along to Quiva Lennon. Now Quiva wins that ball out in front of Sarah Gormley for the first time today. Turns inside, turns outside, and now she's going. Can Clonagale get some attack going here? Quiva Lennon. But Quiva's pass is intercepted by Siobhan Divley to Nicola Ward, and away goes Kilkerrin again. Once again with who else but Olivia Divley. Now she goes out the fair side to Louise Ward, the captain, sister of Nicola, all-star footballer. Back into the middle to Nicola, her sister again, and now Nicola Ward attacks up through the centre. Tackled and fouled there by Jennifer Higgins. So Clonagale are trying to do everything they can to try and stymie this Kilkerrin attack, but they just seem to be swarming. There's serious footballers everywhere for this Kilkerrin team. Ball is in the hands of Louise Ward. Now Louise puts that ball high inside, and it goes in on top of the corner forward, which is Ailish Morrissey, but she drops it luckily for Clonagale, and that ball runs out, and it was running wide, but our referee Gary Owen McMahon has called it as a free. He said she was fouled as that ball was running out over the end line, so it's a free kick, and the free is for Kilkerrin Clonberne, and this is an eminently scoreable free. It's on the 14 yards line into what we call the Drumlosh end here, on as I said earlier, a perfect day for football here. So this is in the hands of Olivia Divley. Olivia has scored 2 already, including 1 free. This is her second free, and her second free goes over the bar. So, 7th point for Kilkerrin Clonberne, and they've started this game in absolutely lightning fashion. So, Clonagale needs to try and do something here. We're almost 10 minutes into this game. 8 points to no score. Sorry, it's their 8 points. 3rd for Olivia Divley, and 2 each for Morrissey and Noon, and 1 for Chloe Miskell. So, Jamil comes out this side of the field again. Under this is Kelly Colgan. Kelly gets her hands to this and does well. Now, Kelly Colgan breaks out of that defence. Wants to see who's available. Goes by a tackler now, gives that ball into the centre to Ida Grahan. It was a poor pass, and Ida had to reach across and fouled Hannah Noon, according to the referee, fouled Hannah Noon, but it was really a hospital pass, if you like. So Lindsay Noon is number 12, and Lindsay is trying to take a few more yards there, but the ref is sending her right back to where the original foul was. So Lindsay Noon, right. So she looks up to see, and she just dinks that ball back to Caitlin Mee, back again to Lindsay Noon, and now here they come again, faced up by Kelly Colgan, goes by Kelly Colgan. These girls are strong, and into the centre now to Hannah Noon, who's attacking up the middle. This is Hannah Noon, straight through the Clonberne, inside to the full forward Miskell. Oh, that's a superb tackle there. Superb tackle by Mia Mackin. Absolutely superb. When a goal looked on and she had to score, Mia Mackin came out of nowhere and dispossessed her. Now, Shauna Bannon, can Clonagale take some oxygen from this? Here they go now, attacking up the middle. This is with Orla O'Neill. First time Orla has a chance to run at this Kilkerrin defence. Now, here she goes. Orla O'Neill still back into the middle to Ruth Finless, who's come up from the half back line. Now Ruth running at the Kilkerrin defence. Now can they set something up from here? Ball out to her sister Kimberly now. Kimberly Finless. Kimberly out the fair set. Back to Jennifer Higgins now. Chance here. Can Clonagale do anything? Jennifer attacks this Kilkerrin defence, and Jennifer right foot shoots, and Jennifer Higgins leads the charge and kicks the first point of the game for Clonagale. Superb score there for Jennifer Higgins from a move that was set up by a superb interception at the back by Mia Mackin. So now, can Clonagale build on this? Lisa Murphy, the goalkeeper, puts that ball out the middle of the field and picked up there by Nicola Ward. Now Nicola Ward, followed by Rochelle Lennon, but Nicola Ward, an all-star footballer, carries that ball now, gives it to her number 12, which is Lindsay Noon. Lindsay Noon out to Chloe Miskela. Back again to Nicola Ward. Oh, this is a super move. Ward has come the whole way up the field inside, and that ball is flicked, but is put across the goal and wide by Eva Noon for Kilkerrin's second wide of the game. But a lightning attack there after the goal was scored. Lisa Murphy kicked out the ball and found Nicola Ward in the middle of the field, and she just opened up the Clonagale defence and got in for a score, or a shot at a score. And luckily for us, for Clonagale, Eva Noon's shot went across the face of the goal and wide. So we are almost 13 minutes into this game, and Kilkerrin Clonberne lead on a scoreline of 8 points to 1, so a lightning start. So Clonagale, can they do something now to get back into this? That ball drops short and it breaks in the middle of the field, and it's picked up out there by Louise Ward. Now Louise looking to see who's available. Back into the centre to Nicola Ward. Now Nicola has it. They're prepared to feed it back. Clonagale have filtered back defenders there. Ball is put out this side, and it's now with Caitlin Mee. Caitlin Mee attacks. Now gives that ball out to Lindsay Noon, who's come more into this game. Claire Dunleavy, the number 7. Back again to the elegant Siobhan Divley in the middle of the field, and meanwhile Kilkerrin just playing around with this now, looking for an opening, but into their treaded Clonagale are pushing up, and they're getting their tackling in now, but they need to do that all the time. Now meanwhile Siobhan Divley strides through the middle, now over to her sister Olivia Divley, but that ball is well cut out, and Mia Mackin again dispossesses, but the ball runs ahead of her to Claire Dunleavy. Back into the centre now to Siobhan Divley, and over across the field to Louise Ward. Louise, the captain, now attacks, tackled by Ruth Finless, tackled by Jennifer Higgins, fouled by Jennifer Higgins, and it's a free kick to Kilkerrin Clonberne, about 40 yards out in front of the goal. She looked to take it quick, but now she's left the ball down for the free taker Olivia Divley. So now Olivia Divley, she's 35 to 40 yards out, straight in front of the goal, kicking into the Drumlash end. So she's already kicked 2 frees, and she's looking to kick a third, and she kicks with her right foot, and that ball goes high in and over the bar for a superb free kick there by Olivia Divley, her third score free of the game, her 4th point of the game, and now that pushes Kilkerrin Clonberne out to 9 points to 1. So Clonagale struggling here at the moment. It's hard to see. They're trying to find a way to, well, I suppose in reality, get out of their own defence at the moment. So Jaleesa kicks it back out, high out this side of the field. The ball breaks, and it's picked up there in the hands of Jennifer Higgins. Jennifer, who's working really hard. Jennifer is tackled there by Caitlin Mee, but she gets her free, so she gives it into the centre to Orla O'Neill. Orla, who had been carrying an injury up to this, so hopefully she'll be able to last through the game. Now Orla O'Neill, in one of her trademark runs up the middle, dinks that ball into Sinead Farrell, but it was well read back there by the Aisling Costello. Aisling Costello gives it to Hannah Noon, and here they go again now. Hannah Noon up the middle, gives that ball out wide to Ward, and now that ball is back with Olivia Divley again at 10. Ball is put inside to the corner forward. The corner forward will be Ailish Morrissey, and Ailish Morrissey kicks her 3rd point of the game. So with that, after 15 minutes, the first water break is called, and we have to say a lightning start here for
Kilkerrin Clonberne, who lead at this stage by 10 points to 1, which sounds an amazing score after only 15 minutes of football. But really and truly, they've been hugely strong coming down the middle of that field. They've broken up the Clonagale attacks, and the Clonagale girls are struggling to get close to them at all. And in this first half, they've scored, number 10, Olivia Divley, has scored 4 points, 3 frees, and their full forward line of Eva Noon at 13 with 2 points. Chloe Miskell at full forward with a point, and Eilish Morrissey with 3 points makes up their 10 points. Jennifer Higgins, the Clonagale number 9, with the sole reply for Clonagale. So we ask at this stage, what can Clonagale do to stem the tide here? And it is really, it's a strong tide of what is a superb football team for Kilkerrin. As I said, they came in here as hot favourites, and of course, why wouldn't they beat an All-Ireland finalists from 2019? And as it says, won 4 of the last 6 Connacht Senior Club Championships. They had a very easy run through the Galway Championship, and they beat what would have been regarded as a pretty strong Knockmore team from Mayo in the quarter-final, the preliminary round earlier last week. So there's no doubt they come into this with huge credentials. Clonagale, as I says, a relatively young team who won their first county championship this year since 1997. So a long break, and as it says, a relatively young team. So this will be, I suppose, if you like, a learning experience. We just hope it's not too severe of a learning experience. So they need to do something really drastic here now to try to get themselves back into this game. Because at the moment, it would be fair to say that Kilkerrin Clonberne are on top in all positions on the field at the moment. They just seem to have power coming from everywhere. They have 4 different players have scored up front. They're strong in the middle of the field. And any ball that Clonagale has got in, their backs have eaten it up back there. So we'll start again with a kick out here from Galisa Killalea Jamil, who has been under pressure with kick outs at the moment because 10 points and 3 wides. There's been 13 shots at that Clonagale goal in the first half. So let's see, can Clonagale resurrect themselves here now? Galisa right out this side of the field, high again. Jennifer Higgins is under that ball. Jennifer catches it excellently. Well done, Jennifer Higgins. Now Ruth Finless, or Kimberly Finless. Now Kimberly goes long into the corner for Aoife Lennon, but the excellent Sarah Gormley is out in front again, and she's a really aggressive fullback. She plays out in front. Caoimhe Lennon would obviously be one of our stronger players, player of the match from the county final. Meanwhile, that ball is played in long. Oh, well won there by Orla O'Neill, gets the better of Louise Ward to Jennifer Higgins. And now there's a bit more life to Clonagale here now. Now this is Caoimhe Lennon, so she gets that ball out the field over to Shauna Bannon. Shauna dinks it inside into Cara Earl. That ball breaks inside, and it's picked up back there by Aisling Costello. Aisling and Chloe Costello at 2 and 4 sisters. That ball is there, and Aisling comes out with it. Still with it. Clonagale puts up their defence and makes them go back. That goes back to Gormley, and now it's given to the centre to Siobhan Divley, the midfielder. Siobhan to Nicola Ward, and they find their way out. Nicola Ward, superb player from number 6, carries that ball out. Now gives it to Claire Dunleavy. They've got strong players everywhere. Claire Dunleavy now attacks out this side of the field. Gives it across here to Caitlin Mee. Caitlin tackled by Sinead Farrell and Rochelle Lennon, but there's a foul there. So the ball is in the hands of Louise Ward. Now Louise Ward dinks that ball forward up the far end. But well won back there by Mia Mackin, who was unlucky there to give away a free. I think Mia Mackin has started this game really well for Clonagale, one of Clonagale's better players. The ball is in the hands of Louise Ward. Louise now dinks it inside. That ball comes into Ailish Morrissey here. Ailish, a point scorer from earlier on. Ailish Morrissey now with her right foot dinks that ball inside, and here's with Miskell at the full forward. Chloe Miskell gets that ball and takes it and shoots. Oh, that's a goal for Kilkerrin Clonberne. Scored by Chloe Miskell at the full forward. Chloe got that ball out in front of Anya Connaughton, got herself into a position, and then with her left foot she rolled that ball. She didn't try blasting it or doing anything dramatic. She rolled that ball with her left foot back across and into the far corner of the net for the first goal of the game. So this has made Clonagale's job even harder. So 1-10 to a point. Ball is kicked out long this side of the field. And we wonder at this stage, are we better to go short with those kickouts maybe, because Kilkerrin Clonberne are winning all those balls around the middle of the field. Meanwhile, we get a free kick taken by Jennifer Higgins. Quick ball given to Kimberly Finless. Now Kimberly attacking up the right-hand side. Back into Jennifer Higgins, who's been trying really hard. Now Jennifer runs at the defence. That's well done. Comes inside. Now this is a promising looking attack. Looks for support. Support isn't there. Still with Jennifer Higgins. Now she's still looking for support, but no support there. She gives that ball back out, but unfortunately intercepted there by Nicola Miskela Ward, and Jennifer Higgins found herself isolated there, and there was no one coming off her shoulder. Meanwhile, Kilkerrin, as they have been doing all game, ball is turned over and they're moving that ball so quickly. This is Chloe Miskela, the goal scorer, up into the corner to Ailish Morrissey, scorer at 3 points now. Ailish out in front, Megan Kelly comes out to try and stop her run, but Morrissey turns inside, now turns back out again, but that's well done by Megan Kelly. She stood her up. Now ball is fed back out to the dangerous Chloe Miskela. Anya Connacht sticking closely. Oh, that's well done. Anya dispossesses her. Clonagale trying really hard here now, but it's back out again, and they seem to have players coming from everywhere. Caitlin Mee to Hannah Noon. Hannah Noon, fair side, but well read there by Ruth Finless. Now the captain, Ruth, attacks up the left-hand side. This is good by Ruth Finless. Gives that ball further up, and now we have Caoimhe Lennon. Can we get something from here? Caoimhe now carries that ball inside. Still going, Caoimhe Lennon, but she seems to be on her own, but that doesn't matter. She's still going. Caoimhe, she turns left and right, gets herself into a shooting position. Caoimhe Lennon takes the shot, but unfortunately she's just crowded out there by 4 Kilkerrin Clonberne players, and unfortunately she seemed to end up there on her own. She didn't have any support, and that ball just ran harmlessly in and was picked up by Kilkerrin, and now they attack out again. Ball up the middle. Louise Ward, who wasn't meant to start but has started and has been very effective since she started now. This is with Lindsay Noon. Lindsay Noon tackled by the Clonagale players, and that's a good tackle by Kimberly Finless, but it breaks back out to Caitlin Mee, back to Louise Ward, and here they attack up the middle again with Hannah Noon. Now Hannah Noon attacking. She's been chased by Edith Crehan. She's been chased by Sinead Farrell, but she carries that ball. Chloe Miskela, dinks that ball inside. This is with Ailish Morrissey, turns inside, and Ailish Morrissey, Eva Noon, the number 13, and Eva Noon just picks off her 3rd point of the game. And I think again there we had a clear example of how dangerous these Kilkerrin girls are. Caoimhe Lennon had a great attack up the far end. They crowded her out and getting her shot. They moved the ball down the field, and within a few seconds it was been tapped over the far side. Meanwhile, ball is kicked out high again on Jennifer Higgins. And in fairness, Jennifer Higgins is making herself available for those kick-outs, and she's now beginning to win her fair share of them. Foul there that time by Siobhan Divley. Jennifer Higgins, but she's looking up, and there isn't really anyone, but she dinks that ball out this side to Shauna Bannon. Now, what can Shauna do? Shauna turns and gives the ball up along the wing to Rocha Lennon, but Rocha is beaten there to the ball. But she does well and comes inside, and now Rocha Lennon. Rocha picks it up inside to her cousin Caoimhe. Caoimhe into the middle to Sinead Farrell, and now here's a promising attack. Sinead now running at the goal. Sinead, again, she needs support. There's no support behind her, but she gives it inside, and this is Caoimhe Lennon. Caoimhe now going to have another run. Tackle there, but picks the ball up, and she's done really well, Caoimhe Lennon, but she's going to have the shot by Caoimhe Lennon, and she was going for the near post, trying to sneak a ball in there at the near post, but unfortunately for Caoimhe, that ball just goes the wrong side of the post, and that's Clonagale's first wide of the match. That's better by Clonagale, more promising. They showed their attack, but I think what's evident here at the moment is when the Clonagale girls goes forward, the support isn't coming behind them, so they're finding themselves very isolated up there. Meanwhile, that kick out comes out, and now Jennifer Higgins, who's becoming more and more influential in the middle of the field. Jennifer dinks that ball inside, and now Clonagale attack up along the far side, and this ball is with the captain, Ruth Finless. Now Ruth back into the centre, back out here to Sinead Farrell. Sinead Farrell, who's come out the field now to try and get some possession. Now Sinead comes right across the field, looking to see how she goes. Give that ball across here to Kelly Colgan, but it's picked up there by Lindsay Noon, and now this is where the danger is, because once these turns the ball over Kilkerrin, they attack at speed, and this of course is Siobhan Divley, who has been excellent. Now Siobhan up along the wing, that goes up to Ailish Morrissey, the corner forward, tackled by Megan Kelly, but she goes inside her, still Ailish Morrissey, getting onto her right foot, Ailish Morrissey, that's a super point by Ailish Morrissey. That's her 4th point of the game. So once again, an attack breaks down for Clonagale, and within seconds, Kilkerrin Clonberne just moves that ball up the field at speed, and they just seem to have players coming from everywhere. Their support play is excellent, their structure is excellent, and it is very hard, very difficult to deal with for this young Clonagale team, but to their credit, they're trying really hard. So Jaleesa again, out this side again, on top of Jennifer Higgins. Jennifer, that ball breaks over her hands, and it's picked up by this last scorer, Ailish Morrissey. Now Morrissey back into the middle, and it's with Louise Ward. Now Louise Ward is going through the centre. This is a dangerous run, and now she gives it out to Olivia Divley, running a goal. Divley inside to Chloe Miskela. Miskela shoots. And Miskela flashes that ball over the bar for what really should have been her second goal. Should have been her second goal, but she flats it over. It's her 2nd point. She's now scored a goal and 2 points. And now the score is 113 to a point. So it's probably damage limitation at this stage for Clonagale. We've now played 23 and a half minutes of the first half. Another 6.5 minutes to go to half time. And Clonagale are looking to see how can they get up the field. Gilisa, meanwhile, she's going to go long again now. Puts that ball out the far side. Once again on Jennifer Higgins. And Jennifer goes up and catches that ball and does really well. Now, Jennifer breaks out. But every time, and there's a jersey tug there on Jenny Higgins. But Jennifer is the target for all these kickouts. And in fairness to her, she's been doing pretty well. Now she dinks that ball sideways. This is Mia Mackin. Mia, who has done very well in this half. Mia, breaks through the tackle there. Great. Gives the ball to Sinead Farrell. And now Sinead Farrell, who's out the middle of the field. Sinead comes across, and this is Ida Crahan, back to Sinead Farrell. Now, can Clonagale get something off this? Ida Crahan again, she looks inside, gives that ball to Caoimhe Lennon. Caoimhe, who's come out the field scavenging this side to Kelly Colgan. Now, Kelly Colgan attacking up the right side, back into the centre to Ruth Finless. Ruth Finless now, the captain, playing at number 7. Ruth, but she's tackled well there and drove back out the field, but she retains possession. Clonagale are looking up, and it's a wall of Kilkerrin footballers there, and it's impossible to get through. Jenny Higgins puts an angled ball out to the far side, but that's picked up easily out there by Chloe Costello. And here they go again. And the ball is with Olivia Dively. Olivia scorer of 4 points in this game so far. Ball is back into the centre. Siobhan Dively, her sister. Aisling Costello, back out to her sister, Chloe Costello. And here they attack in, but that ball is well read by Mia Mackin. She gets in and gets her hand on the ball and puts it out. And that's a line ball for Clonagale. Mia Mackin has been excellent in this game. She's worked really hard. Back inside to Sinead Farrell. Now, Sinead doesn't pick it the first time, but gets it the second, breaks the tackle. This is better. Sinead Farrell attacking now, dinks that ball up into the corner to Cara Earl. Cara Earl, first time she gets her hands on the ball, the dangerous Cara Earl. But she turns back out, but she still retains possession. Coming across the field, and she puts that ball high into the centre of the field. Ida Crahan, who probably never had a chance of getting it. Hannah Noon picks it up. Hannah Noon now over to Olivia Diffley, who seems to be everywhere. Now, Olivia Diffley, county player for Galway, attacking up along on the right-hand side. Olivia, back ball put inside, and here comes Louise Ward, and this is a chance again, 3 against 2, chance here. Louise Ward, what's she going to go? She's going to shoot. Goal. Goal for Kilkerrin Clonberne, goal for captain Louise Ward, who, as I said, wasn't due to start, but did start, wearing number 20 on her back. And when that ball was turned over at the far end, there was a ball put across the goal high. Carroll put a high ball across to Ida Crahan, which never gave her a chance for it, was won in the middle of the field, and within seconds Kilkerrin Clonberne had it moved up the field. So ball breaks in the middle of the field, and here we go again. Now the ball is with Ailish Morrissey. Ailish, scorer of 4 points. Now tackled there by Jennifer Higgins, but they have it here on this side, and it's still Ailish Morrissey. Now back into the middle. This is with Lindsay Noon. Lindsay attacks. Ball is given back into the centre to Nicola Ward. And here comes Caitlin now. Back outside, and they have players everywhere. And Nicola Ward, this lady at number 6, drives everything from back there. Now she makes a burst herself. Looks for ball outside to Claire Dunleavy. Now Claire Dunleavy takes on Sinead Farrell, goes by her, and with her right foot Claire Dunleavy, but that ball drops into the hands of Shalisa. But our referee Gary Owen McMahon saw a free on foul there on Claire Dunleavy and gives the free. He let advantage go to see would she score. She didn't. Ball went into the hands of Gilisa Jamil. But he goes back for the free. So this free now has been taken on the left foot, and this free is with Eva Noon on the far side of the field. Oh, Eva goes short. Short ball to Olivia Divley. Back to Eva Noon, and Eva Noon with her left foot, she drifts that ball, but she drifts it across the goal and wide for Kilkerrin's 4th wide of the match. And so we're almost up at the half-time whistle here, and at this stage Clonagale are probably hoping it comes sooner rather than later to see can they regroup and get themselves together and see can they offer some sort of defence against this rampant Kilkerrin team. Meanwhile, ball is kicked out this side. Ida Crahan now goes for that ball, but it breaks off the maul. But our referee sees a free there. I didn't see it, to be honest with you. They seemed to all jump for the ball. And Hannah Noon went down. But meanwhile, the ball is kicked inside, but it's well read in there by Kelly Colgan. So Kelly now coming out the field. And in fairness to Clonagale, they're really trying hard here. Kelly Colgan comes out looking for support. She gives that ball to Jennifer Higgins. Jennifer takes that ball. Unfortunately, it's very crowded, but Jennifer uses her strength to go by Siobhan Divley. Now, ball is given to Kimberly Finless. Kimberly, can they set up an attack? Ida Crahan. Ida turns inside, but she's dispossessed, but she's fouled. So, chance for Clonagale. It's in the hands of Ruth Finless, the captain. Ruth goes back to Shauna Bannon. Shauna looks up to see what can she start from here. There's red jerseys everywhere, but she gives it to Orla O'Neill. Now, Orla O'Neill, one of her trademark runs through the middle. This is Caoimhe Lennon now. Caoimhe goes outside to Cara Earl. Now Cara, first chance to have a look at the goal. She carries that ball, but she's tackled there and dispossessed, but she gets the ball again. She retains it. She did really well, but Chloe Costello doesn't go away. but Cara Earl keeps that ball, and eventually she's fouled. So good work there by Cara Earl under serious pressure from Chloe Costello, but she retained possession and got herself the free. So now, Rochelle Lennon, her first chance for the day. It's on the 14 yards line. It's on her wrong side. So Sinead Farrell decides she's going to come across and kick it with her left foot. So a chance here for Clonagale now to put another point on the board. This is on the 14 yards line. It's about 15 yards to the right to go, but she goes short. That ball is given quickly into Ruth Findlas. Ruth shoots. So Ruth appeared out of nowhere, took that ball and took it on the run. A good free given to her, and Ruth drives that ball over the bar for Clonagale's second point of the game. Good point there by Ruth Findlas. She probably smelt goal from the minute she got the ball, and she drove it her, but the ball rose on her up and over the bar, but nonetheless a point. Now, this is where they're dangerous. Just after a score, ball is given to Nicola Ward. Nicola Ward makes herself available for all these kickouts, and she drives on from centre half back. Ball is given into the middle to Caitlin Mee. Now, out here this side to Lindsay Noon. Lindsay Noon now. An injury there for one of the Clonagale players. It looks like Sinead Farrell, but meanwhile the ball is attacking, and this comes up along, and it's with Louise Ward. Louise Ward inside to Morrissey now. Ailish Morrissey back out the field to Olivia Diffley, and Olivia Diffley from in front of the goal launches that ball high and launches it over the bar for her fifth point of the game. Olivia Diffley, number 10, as I said earlier on, inter-county player. And meanwhile, Gary Owen McMahon blows the half-time whistle on what was, I suppose, we like a trying first half for Clonagale. An onslaught from what is an excellent Kilkerrin Clonberne team who have scores all over the field. And at half-time they lead by 2-14 to 2 points. So Clonagale really has a lot of work to try and do, to try and stem this tide, try and bring themselves into the game. And I suppose if truth be known, it's probably damage limitation at this stage. Meanwhile, I just want to remind you all again about Clonagale's upcoming fundraiser. Tickets are on sale at the moment. It's to raise funds for the club, which are badly needed. And Eugene Pettit has told me once again to let you all know that the tickets are on sale at the moment. As we said earlier on, tickets are €25, they're €50, and they're €100 for 5. But for the month of November, you can get that 6th one. That offer still runs, and you can do that by going online and logging into www.winaretrovwcamper.ie. Okay, take out the van out of it. So we'll do it once again, www.winaretrovwcamper.ie. So everybody tune into that and pick that up. The club would greatly appreciate it. Obviously the club is for everybody, and any money that's raised is to help the club and to help to upgrade our facilities for all the players and young players we have coming along. So meanwhile, we've reached half time in what is, I suppose in fairness, a one-sided game. Kilkerrin Clonberne lead Clonagale at half time by 2-14 to 2 points. We'll take a break for 2 or 3 minutes and we'll have a word with the analysts at half time. So don't go away, just boil that kettle and we'll see you in a few minutes. Thank you. All right, everybody, so you're all very welcome back here to Johnstown, and I'm joined up here in the Crow's Nest by the Lennon brothers, by Tom and Brian. Tom and Brian Staunch St. Bridget's supporters. So I think we're doing very well to bring Bridget's men up in here to the heart of Clonagale. But two great guys. I had the pleasure of playing against both of them. Tom and Brian, both, as we know, involved with Oliver Lennon. And congratulations, lads, and well done to you for taking the positions with the Roscommon ladies football team this year for the forthcoming year. So I might just have a chat first about the match, and I'll talk to Tom first. Tom, that's a very strong performance by Kilkerrin and Clonberne. They're a really strong side.
Ruthless, Emmett. Every mistake is punished. You can see that they're on the road a long time. Their movement, their touch, they're always given the hidden pass. That's very hard mark. Like where Clann had some attacks, fell short. The Kilkerrin's full back line is immense. There's nothing getting in, and the girls have to come out deep to win the ball, and it's leaving extra bodies back for Kilkerrin, so it's leaving it harder and harder. And the fact Kilkerrin have got a few goals there in the last few attacks, it's just a mountain to climb now in the second half.
Mountain to climb in the second half, and Brian, Tom just hit on it there. The ability for these Kilkerrin girls to transmit the ball from turning it over at the back to get it up front straight away, and they seem to have shooters and power coming from everywhere on the field.
Exactly, and a lot of the attacks are coming from the Kilkerrin Clonberne full back line. They're out in front, the link play, like the pace and movement, like a lot of intercounty teams wouldn't match them, and they're playing together so often that it's the girl in the best position. Like there's one touch off the shoulder, and especially there, like at their half forward, and Liva Divley, she scored 5 points. Like the quick ball into the corner, they're creating space, coming at angles. But like this is the level, and fairness to Clann, it's the first time in said over 20 years coming out of Roscommon, and it'll just show the girls the level that if they keep the work and keep sticking to the game plan.
That is good. I actually said it in commentary that this is a huge learning curve for Clonagale. Of course, Clonagale in their first Connacht Club Championship since 1997, and these girls were the All-Ireland finalists in 2019, 4 times Connacht champions in the last 6 years. So there's no doubt, and huge talent on that team. Nicola Ward, the 2 Ward sisters, the Divley sisters, Olivia Divley scoring 4 or 5 points there. And as we said earlier on, the power is coming from everywhere. Tom, obviously no way back into this match for Clonagale, but they could maybe have a bit of a damage limitation exercise in the second half.
Well, I think the pressure to an extent it's off Clann now. Like the girls, they're a fine side. They've proved that in Roscommon. It's whatever little bit of nervousness is there, go out now and play the football that they can perform. Like in 12 months' time, if they were to meet Kilkerrin again or whoever, like there's a lot of people up here today, and a lot of them are up here just looking at how do they play, what can we do to bring it to our own team. So everyone will learn from today.
Everyone will learn from today. And Brian, I suppose, as we said earlier on, learning curve for Clonagale, you just hope that it wouldn't be a bad learning curve, if you know what I mean, that it won't be so bad that they will be able to take some positives from it. And going forward, as we said, a young Clonagale team, but hopefully there is something they can learn from this today.
Definitely, and like Jenny Higgins is doing well in midfield. She's winning a lot of good ball, huge experience. And if each girl can go out in the second half and they can win their own battle, like as Tom says, like this is going to be over a couple of years. It doesn't happen. This team is together. They were nearly beaten by the All-Ireland Club final last year. So, Finbro Lynn still to hint them at half time that they're in their home ground, like the pressure's off, go out and play with a bit of flair in the second half and win their own battle. And, the future, like they come out of Roscommon, they're a fine side, and they learn from this. Like,
they will. They learn from this, I suppose, yeah. And so hopefully it'll pick up in the second half. Going back to the other part of our chat, lads, is, as I said here, and congratulations both of you. You've taken on selector coaching roles with the Roscommon senior ladies, and obviously you're here in that capacity today. And I suppose it's very hard to see things out the way things are going today, but small snippets from the likes of Jennifer Higgins, from the likes of Mia Mackin at corner back, and Orla O'Neill at centre back, showing that there is talent there in Clonagale. And I suppose big job ahead for you for the year. You're looking forward to it?
Oh yeah, look, it's a great opportunity. Like one that might never come around again. Like there's great talent there in Roscommon, and there's been great work done the last few years. And it's just our, with Oliver and John and Brian and myself, we give it 100%. And there's games coming up, but it'll take time. But we're convinced that come middle into January that we'll have a squad of 30-35 girls, wanting to be there and all pushing in the one direction. So there's huge positives going forward.
Huge positives, and of course, Brian, the ladies' game has come on in leaps and bounds over the last couple of years, as we know, and getting better all the time. So going in a job like that you're going into, huge commitment, huge time involved.
Yeah, huge time, but it's very enjoyable. I've been involved in the development since 2017. And the likes of Aisling Hanley, Aisling Feely, Isabel King, all these girls coming through the underage ranks, like Ella Thompson there from Tincrones, great talent. And they're looking forward to it, because the ladies' game is one of the biggest growing games in Europe. And like a lot of girls in a lot of clubs are playing, and looking forward to it. We've been involved in a long number of years now with men within the club and underage ladies, and looking forward to the challenge. And to myself and Tom, it's not work. You know, we enjoy it, and we develop them, and please God, leave it in a better place whenever we get.
Well, listen, gentlemen, all I can say is the very best luck to you. And once again, thank you very much for coming up. Always a pleasure to have you up here. Always a pleasure to be here to see you here in Johnstown. Very best luck to you in the year going forward with those common senior ladies. And look, hopefully there'll be some green shoots here in the second half, and maybe something that you might be able to take with you and work with during the year. But on behalf of myself and Eugene, thanks very much for coming up, have a chat with us, and I hope you enjoyed the rest of the match. Tom and Brian Lennon, thanks very much. Meanwhile, viewers, go back and have that cup of tea. Quick break, and we'll be back with you in 2 minutes. Thank you. So you're all very welcome back here to Johnstown. And once again, thanks to Brian and Tom Lennon for the words there at half time. Kilkerrin and Clonberne are still on the field. They didn't actually go in. The Clonagale girls are in the dressing room, and I suppose Finn Regan is trying to rally them and see can we put up some opposition here in the second half. Meanwhile, while we're waiting, once again, I just want to remind you of Clonagale's big fundraiser coming up, the retro VW camper van, which would be a great prize worth over 40,000. And remember, tickets are 25, 3 for 60, 5 for 100, or up till the end of November you can get that 6th one for 100. So maybe now is the time to get in. Remember, it's www.winaretrovwcamper.ie. And with that, Eugene gives me 2 thumbs up because that's the first time I got it right. So, meanwhile, we're looking to see if there are any changes on this Clonagale team. I see Ruth Finless is gone back up to centre half forward. Her original position, which obviously means that Shauna Bannon is filled in at centre half back, and Orla O'Neill seems to be moved over this side onto the dangerous Olivia Diffley. So let's see if Clonagale can turn this round a little bit and maybe get a few scores. It's been a learning experience for them. As I said, we're 2-14 to 2 points. And once again, on behalf of Eugene and myself, a huge welcome to everybody that's tuned in. We hope you're enjoying the coverage. We hope you're enjoying the service. The ball is thrown in, and away we go again. So Louise Ward picks it up, and straight away Kilkerrin goes into the attack with the excellent Siobhan Divley. Now, back to Louise Ward, the captain. This is Hannah Noon attacking up the middle. Hannah Noon with her right foot, but that ball comes back off the post. Great run by Hannah Noon, but that ball breaks out to the side. Megan Kelly goes. Megan is fouled. Clonagale picks it up, and now away we go. Ball is in the hands of Kimberly Finless. Now, what can she do from back there? Kimberly looks up to see who's available, gives that ball up to Anya Connaughton, but that was never going to reach Anya Connaughton. Picked up there by the captain, Louise Ward, fed back into the middle, and here we go, attacking up the middle. Ball is with Hannah Noon. Now, Hannah Noon turns, comes across the middle, back over again. And here they come attacking up the centre of the field with Nicola Ward. Nicola always seems to be available on the ball. Back to Hannah Noon, back to Nicola Ward. Back out again, and that ball is with Siobhan Divley, and they hold it up now. They try to draw out Clonagale to create space inside. Ball is with Morrissey. This is Ailish Morrissey, scorer of 4 points in the first half. Ailish comes across the field. Now, tackled there by Anya Connaughton, who has stuck to her task in fairness. Ball is dinked inside. It's picked up there by who else but Olivia Divley. Olivia gives it to the corner forward, Eva Noon. Now, Eva Noon turns, twists, gets that ball back out. It's with Lindsay Noon now. Lindsay attacks, coming in from the left-hand side, and that's a free out because she jumped into Megan Kelly, and in huge credit to Megan Kelly, Megan didn't budge, she held her ground, so and she gets her free out. So Clonagale has showed a bit better resistance here in the first few minutes. Kilkerrin looked to start to re-continue where they finished. But Clonagale has turned that attack back, but that ball is kicked out, and now it's with Orla O'Neill. A chance for Orla to have a run here. Orla, one of Clonagale's better players during the course of the championship, the Roscommon Championship, gives it to Shauna Bannon. Shauna flicks that ball back out. Now that ball is the fair side field with Kimberly Finless into Cueva Lennon. Now Cueva has a chance. Cueva dinks that ball high up into the corner for Cara Earl, but unfortunately that ball runs out over the line, and it's a line ball for Kilkerrin Clonberne. So we're 2 minutes in, but that ball is given short and it's picked up there now, and here's Cueva Lennon. Now a chance here for Cueva. Cueva picks the ball up again, looks for support. Once again it's slow coming, so she turns on her right foot. Still Cueva Lennon. Cueva's dispossessed, and she's fouled by Sarah Gormley, the full back. But Cueva took that ball at the Kilkerrin defence there, picked up the loose ball and ran at them. What has been a sort of a feature of this game is when Clonagale players gets the ball and they move forward, the support doesn't seem to be coming quick enough for them. Unlike Kilkerrin, when they get the ball, there's players coming off the shoulder. But anyhow, this is Sinead Farrell. Now Sinead looking for her first point of the game. This is 14 yards out on her left foot. This should be a handy tap over. Sinead kicks that ball, and Sinead Farrell kicks her first point of the game from a free. Good score by Sinead Farrell. Clonagale's third point. So Clann gets the first point of the second half. So now we're at 2-14 to 3 points. Meanwhile, the referee is holding it up. There's a sub coming in. So a sub coming in for Clonagale. It looks like Emma Kildare, but we'll just check that later. Off the field goes Kimberly Finless, the number 10, and into her place comes Emma Kildare. So meanwhile, now ball is kicked short by Kilkerrin, and it's in the hands of the goalkeeper Lisa Murphy. To Sarah Gormley, and Clonagale are putting pressure on back there and doing well, but they do work their way out, and eventually they come out the field. Meanwhile, apologies there, Grace Hannon that has come on the field. Grace Hannon has come on for Kimberly Finnis. Grace wearing the number 18 jersey, so she's in on the team now. Meanwhile, ball is in the hands of Ailish Morrissey. Ailish was fouled, so she looks up. She puts that ball out here to Eva Noon. Now Eva gets there ahead of Mia Mackin. Eva, but well tackled by Mia Mackin, who turns her out at the field and tackles again. Mia is tackling like a tiger, but she gets away into Chloe Miskela. Dangerous Chloe Miskela, goal scorer. Now given to Louise Ward. Louise back out here, and this is Chloe Miskela. She's in the D, looking for a shot with her right foot. She's well marshalled there, but the ball is given back out here to Eva Noon. Eva back inside to Morrissey. Oh, that's a super block by Anya Connaughton. Great block by Anya there at full back. Did extremely well. And Anya's fouled by Ailish Morrissey. And these Kilkerrin girls do seem to have a policy that thou shalt not pass. And they have the strength to do it. Meanwhile, ball is given out here, and it's with the dangerous Nicola Ward, who seems to be everywhere. Nicola, right across the field now to her midfield partner, Hannah Noon. Hannah now into the middle, and this is Louise Ward. And now that ball is fed outside to Chloe Miskell. Chloe, who's come more and more into this game, ball inside to Lindsay Noon. Lindsay now attacking. Faced there by Megan Kelly, who turns her back out, but she comes back out and gives it to Chloe Miskell. Chloe now back out the field, and this is with Eva Noon. Eva on her left foot, attacking, looking for support. They're content to work that ball back out until they get to a shooting position. Claire Dunleavy back out here now, and this is with Chloe Miskell again. Back out the field to Siobhan Divley, and it comes to hold her back to Hannah Noon. Now Hannah, well tackled there by Rocha Lennon, but she goes by her and goes by Shauna Bannon, and now here's Hannah Noon running at the goal at speed. This is dangerous. Hannah Noon coming at the goal, gives that ball inside, it's taken there and flashed over the bar by Olivia Divley. Olivia, again, there was probably a goal chance on, but Olivia Divley has been superb in this game. That's her 6th point of the game, but her support play and her ability to appear on the shoulder of an attacker supporting her has been exemplary. Meanwhile, that kick out is picked up again by Kilkerrin, Clonberne, and here they go again in this familiar fashion, coming forward in waves. Ball is given here, and it's with Lindsay Noon. Lindsay drops it. She has time to pick it up, and it's given to Eva Noon. Eva's sisters again, a lot of sisters on this team. Eva Noon, oh, that's super play by Eva Noon. She gets it on her left foot. She dinks that ball in, and it just goes across the face of the goal and wide. Eva Noon scored 3 points already. Took that ball on. Meanwhile, Eugene is handing me a cup of tea here, which is absolutely great. Thanks, Eugene. He's not only a cameraman, he's catering as well. This guy can do anything. So, Galisa with the ball in her hand. We said in the first half maybe they could go short, but I'm just looking there and there isn't really anything available. She does go short. Anya Connacht makes an appearance, and now Clonagale build from the back. This is the captain, Ruth Finless. Ruth comes across, gives it to Mia Mackin. Now, what can Mia do? Back to Ruth Finless. Ruth is making a push here from the back. She looks up to see who's available. She dinks that ball up along here now, and this comes to Grace Hannon, but it just goes past her, but Grace follows, but picked up there by the excellent Sarah Gormley. And here they come out the field again. The two Noon sisters, these are great footballers, elegant players. The Divley sisters, Siobhan at 8 and Olivia at 10. Now that ball is put inside on Chloe Miskell, but that's well worked back there by Kelly Colgan. Kelly has worked really hard in this game. Now she dinks it out here to Rocha Lennon. Rocha picks that ball up back in her own corner to Anya Connaughton, and now they're attacking from the back. This ball is with with Ruth Finless, and here's Shauna Bannon. Shauna down along the wing now to Grace Hannon. Grace has come out in front and won her ball well. Now Grace turns inside, turns back out again. Grace has that ball in her hand, gives it back out to Shauna Bannon. Shauna now looks for the support. This is Ruth Finless, the captain, into Ida Crahan. Now Ida, strong midfielder. Ida looks up to see what's available. That ball drops, but she still has it. Across the field now. This is Quiva Lennon, way out the field from her full forward position. And she goes right out the far side to Megan Kelly. Now Megan dinks that ball down in the corner for Cara Earl. And Cara is pushed off it, but the ball is put out there by Chloe Costello. And the line ball is for Clonagale. Cara Earl looking to see who's available now. Sinead Farrell makes a run, takes the ball back to Cara Earl, but there's nobody in the centre. There's nobody to give that ball into. This is Grace Hannon. Grace, who's got on the ball twice since she came on. This is Rocha Lennon now. Rocha runs at Sarah Gormley, turns back out, and Rocha is fouled. This is better by Clonagale. But they seem to be struggling to get their players forward in support. Once that ball is given forward, it's one inside, but they're struggling to get the players up in support, while on the other end, Kilkerrin Clonberne are able to do that. They're able to get that ball forward, and and they have the support play. So now Rocha Lennon with her right foot, first chance of a score today. Rocha, who has been an excellent scorer for Clonagale all year, great free taker. Sister Cosa Kieran, the men's senior footballer, Rocha hits that ball with her right foot, but unfortunately it just pulls wide on her right hand side, and Clonagale's second wide of the game. Meanwhile, Clonagale are making a second substitute, and onto the field comes Gillian Wall, I think it is, number 22, and Gillian comes on in place of Ida Crahan. So Gillian Wall, two girls from the same village. They pass each other on the field as one goes off and one comes on as they pass each other going in and out the road to Cornafulla. So Gillian has appeared onto the field. At midfield, strong player Gillian Walls. So meanwhile, ball is kicked out at the far end by Lisa Murphy over the far side and picked up by the excellent Nicola Ward. Nicola, all-star footballer, All-Ireland Colleges winner with Glenamady. Nicola plays that ball out this side to Claire Dunleavy. Now Claire, but she's tackled there by Rocha Lennon. Good tackle by Rocha, but Dunleavy is a good player. She carries that ball forward. Rocha sticks to her task. She gets that ball away, and now there's a sub that's come on for Kilkerrin Clonberne, and that's number 29, and that's Anya Shaughnessy. Now Anya Shaughnessy. Oh, well won again back there by Anya Connacht. So Anya won that ball well. And Bonnie gives that ball out this side to Rocha Lennon. Now, the ball is with Shauna Bannon. Shauna Bannon now to Orla O'Neill. Now, Orla, can she get something going here from the back? Orla now carries it up the middle of the field. This is Orla O'Neill, still going strong. That's good. Now into Gillian Wall. Gillian now, first touch of the ball. Ilian ball, but she's tackled there by Nicola Ward, who just came in and won that ball and plays it up along the wing. And here they come now, and this is really dangerous. And this is with the corner forward, and this is Eva Noon running at the goal, followed by Megan Kelly. And in fairness, Megan got back, but it goes to Chloe Miskell, the full forward. She tries to barrel her way through. This is Morrissey now. Morrissey back out here to the sub. The sub that came on is Anya Shaughnessy. Ball is picked up by Chloe Miskell, and Chloe tries to shoot from 21 yards out, but that ball runs harmlessly to the left and wide for Kilkerrin's sixth wide of the game. We've just been joined by the club secretary, who eventually came home after her weekend away. She should have been here all along, but she's back, so we'd just like to welcome her back. It's great to see her after being gone away. Meanwhile, Clonagale build from the back. This is Orla O'Neill coming out. Orla O'Neill carries that ball, gives it into Jennifer Higgins. Jennifer, who's worked really hard for Clonagale. Jennifer is fouled in the middle of the field, and that is going to be free in for Clonagale. Ball is fed inside. That ball breaks inside, and now here's a chance. Cara Earl. Can Cara get something for Clonagale? Cara runs at the goal with her right foot. Cara Earl taps that ball over the bar for a good score for Clonagale, scored by Cara. Her first chance to get a run at the goal, and Cara tips that ball over the bar for a good score. She's had very limited chances, Cara, who was superb in the county final, and that was her first attempt at the goal, and she got it over the bar. So now it's 2:15 to 4 points. We're about 11 minutes into the second half. But meanwhile, here they come again. Kilkerrin, Clonberne, the red machine. That ball is fed. This is with the captain, Louise Ward. Louise now flicks that ball on, and it's picked up there by the midfielder, Siobhan Divley. Siobhan gives it inside to her sister. That ball breaks inside. Anya Connacht gets it, but it's picked up in there by the substitute, Anya Shaughnessy. And Anya Connacht was in really hard luck there. She made a superb interception, but the ball broke into the hands of the Kilkerrin sub, Anya Shaughnessy, who's just come on the field. And Anya picked that ball up and just put it through a group of players, and in fairness, Galisa didn't have much hope, and it went into the net for the third goal for Kilkerrin Clonberne. Now, meanwhile, can Clonagale reply to that? This is Ruth Finlas. Ruth attacks down the wing, tackled by Nicola Ward, and that ball goes out over the line, and Nicola Ward picks it up, and she doesn't wait around. She gives that ball into Anya Shaughnessy, the sub, the goal scorer. Anya into the middle. This is now with Ailish Morrissey, with Eva Noon. Back again to Shaughnessy. This lady is shown probably trying to make a point, saying, I should have been started on this team, because she's been heavily involved since she came on, and she was fouled that time. Mia Mackin, I think, stopped that run in its tracks. So it's a free kick. This free kick is to Kilkerrin Clonberne. Meanwhile, they're making another substitution, and off the field goes corner back. It looks like Chloe Costello is going off, and she's replaced back there by, it looks to be, it's like Samantha Fahy, but we'll check that after a while. Meanwhile, I was watching the substitution there, and there was a clash. There seemed to be a clash down there, a clash of heads, and it's between Megan Kelly and it looks like Olivia Diffley that's down. We'll just check to see what happened there. It was a free kick for Kilkerrin Clonberne, and I must apologise because I was looking at the sub coming on the other end of the field, but they went short with the free and it dropped, and there was a clash of heads there. So both physios are on the team now. It seemed to be a clash of heads. I'm not sure. We're just checking back to see what it was, but it's Megan Kelly, the Clonagale number 4, and it looks like it's Olivia Diffley. So all I can surmise is that she went short for the free and Megan cut it out. Eugene is trying to feed back to have a look and see. Meanwhile, we're looking around here, and there is a good crowd in here for, as we said, what is the first Connacht Senior Championship match. Meanwhile, we're looking at this, and Eva Noon was going to kick the free. She went short, and yes, she went short, and that ball went short to Olivia Diffley, who punched the ball over the bar, but in the process of punching it was tackled by Megan Kelly, and an unfortunate clash of heads there. Olivia Diffley did get the ball over the bar for her 7th point of the game, but as Megan Kelly came out to try and stop her punching that ball over the bar, there was just an unfortunate clash of heads there. Now both players are still down, but hopefully they'll be okay, so we'll just keep a watching brief on that. Meanwhile, that point has made it 3-16 to Kilkerrin Clonberne, and while it's 4 points to Clonagale. And the Olivia Diffley, who put that ball over the bar, that indeed, as I said, is her 7th point of the game. Eva Noon, corner forward, has 3. Chloe Miskela, full forward, has 1, 2, and Eilish Morrissey has 4 points, and 2 goals by the 2 subs. Louise Ward has a goal and Anya Shockney has a goal. Meanwhile, the 4 points for Clonagale: Ruth Finless, the captain, Jennifer Higgins, Sinead Farrell and Cara Earl. Meanwhile, both players are up, thankfully, and both are doing well. And Eugene is just looking at me here, pointing to the sheet of paper. Remember, it's www.winaretrovwcamper.ie. So get those tickets in before the end of November. Get them, you buy before the end of the month, and you'll get that extra ticket for the €100. Meanwhile, here comes Clonagale up the centre. That ball is given now, and it's with Ruth Finless. Ruth, the captain. Back to Gillian Wall. Gillian, strong player. Now she looks up. She gives that ball long inside, but it's blocked and picked up there. And away they come again. And here comes Olivia Diffley. She doesn't seem to be any the worse wear for that wallop that she got. Now this is the captain. This is Louise Ward. Louise, tackled there by Rochelle Lennon, fouled by Rochelle Lennon. So Louise Ward looks up and she dinks that ball back here to Claire Dunleavy. Now Claire Dunleavy faced up by Rochelle Lennon. But that ball is played outside, and this is Olivia Diffley, none the worst for her collision there. They attack up along this right-hand side. We're 15 minutes into the set. We're close to the second water break here for the second half. Meanwhile, that ball is dinked back out the field, and it comes out here to Claire Dunleavy. Now, Claire Dunleavy picks that ball up, looks inside, sees what's available. Faced by Jennifer Higgins. Oh, gives it inside. That's a great run there by Nicola Ward, but well done by Caoimhe Lennon. She stuck to her task and she broke that ball down. Now, Clonagale, a chance to break here. Ruth Finless, Jennifer Higgins, back to Ruth Finless. That's excellent. Now, the 2 more experienced players. Now, can Clonagale get something from this? It would be good to get a score. Ruth Finless, still going, Ruth. Oh, this is a great run by Ruth Finless. She gets it onto her left foot. She shoots, but unfortunately that ball just runs across the face of the goal. That was a promising looking move, but that ball went wide for Clonagale's 3rd wide of the game. So, with that, Gary Owen McMahon blows for the water break. So while this water break is on, we'll just take a quick break for 2 minutes until I drink the cup of tea that Eugene Petty gave me, and I'm doing my best. If I don't go for it now, he'll have all the biscuits set. So listen, we'll be back with you in 2 minutes. So see you then. Okay, so you're all very welcome back. And meanwhile, we restart again with a kick out by Lisa Murphy. So let's see in this last 15 minutes, can Clonagale put a bit of respectability on that scoreboard? But meanwhile, this Kilkerrin Clonberne team, who look really strong, and I have no doubt these girls has designs and come back to an All-Ireland club final this year. And if they play like this, it's hard to see anyone beating them. Meanwhile, Siobhan Diffley through the middle. Now that ball is with the dangerous full forward, and that's Chloe Miskell. With her right foot, Chloe Miskell swings over a sweet point for her third point of the game. That was from 21 or 22 yards out. A really dangerous player, this girl. Meanwhile, there's another sub coming on the Kilkerrin team now. They're beginning to change over. Olivia Diffley is going off. Scorer is 7 points, who was absolutely superb, and she's replaced by number 22, which is Shauna Mee. So Shauna Mee for Olivia Diffley. You heard it there from our own PA man who woke up there, Cathal Durney. Meanwhile, number 20, this ball is with Louise Ward, who is the captain, sister of the full-back Nicola Ward, all-star sisters for Kilkerrin Clonberne. Now, Siobhan Diffley, sister of Olivia, who went on, has had a super game in the middle of the field, just goes by Orla O'Neill. Meanwhile, she's tackled by Jennifer Higgins, but still carries that ball. Ball goes back out here now, and this is with the sub, which is Shauna Mee. Ball is given into Chloe Miskell. Dangerous full forward. Chloe goes out the far side. This is with Eva Noon, scorer of 3 points. Back into Eilish Morrissey, scorer of 4 points. Ball comes back out to Chloe Miskell, scorer of 1-3. And it comes the whole way back out here, and it's with Claire Dunleavy. Now Claire has the sub inside her, Anya Shaughnessy. Anya, scorer of a goal. Anya on her left foot, Anya Shaughnessy. Oh, and that's a super point by Anya Shaughnessy. And this girl is really making an argument as to why she didn't start this game, because she scored a goal and a point since she has come on. So, what can Clonagale do? Can they get back up this field and see, can they get a score? Ball is with Gilese in the goal. We wondered at half time would it be more beneficial to go short. This time she does go, well, sort of short, but it breaks off Shauna Bannon's fingers. But in fairness, Jennifer Higgins is there to pick it up. Now Jenny over the top. This is Grace Hannon. Grace, who's got on the ball since she came on. Now Grace back into the corner. This is with Cara Errol, scorer of a point. Cara gets there, but she's tackled by Samantha Fahy, who came on, but she still has it. Cara Errol now. Cara with her right foot. Cara shoots under pressure. And that ball goes to the left and wide for Clonagale's fourth wide of the game. Cara Errol got herself into a good shooting position there, but I think what's very relevant for all this watching is that these Kilkerrin Clonberne girls don't stand on ceremony. These backs, if you get that ball, if you don't do something with it straight away, they're on top of you. So meanwhile, here they come out the field. This is the sub, Shauna Mee. Shauna now back into the centre to Aisling Costello. Aisling tackled by Orla O'Neill, but she goes back to Sarah Gormley, who's had a fine game at full back. Out the far side now to Caitlin Mee, who started this game. Caitlin up along the far side, plays the 1-2 and takes it back again. Caitlin faced up by Megan Kelly. Megan, who's no effects from that clash of heads earlier on as well. But she's fouled there between Megan Kelly and Sinead Farrell. Meanwhile, it looks like there's another sub, is there? Yeah. So, another sub on the Clonagale team. I'll tell you who it is in a minute now. Coming on here this side, it looks to be... going off the field is Rochelle Lennon, the number 11, and she's been replaced by, I'll tell you now in a second, number 17, which is Emma Kildare. Emma Kildare, yeah. So meanwhile, another change on the Clonagale team. The ball is inside with Eilish Morrissey. Stylish corner forward for Kilkerrin. Now Eilish out the far side, fed back into the middle to Ward. Morrissey, oh, this is super football. Back to Ward. This will be a great score, but Orla O'Neill sticks to her task. In fairness, stuck with Nicola Ward, who looked all over like she was going to produce a goal there, but Orla O'Neill stuck with her task on fouled at the end, but the shot wasn't allowed on goal. So another chance for Kilkerrin Clonberne, and this is Eva Noon, the corner forward, looking for her fourth point of the game. Eva comes up and taps that over for her fourth point of the game. Or sorry, not Eva Noon, Eilish Morrissey for her fifth point of the game. So that's 5 points for Eilish Morrissey. Meanwhile, again, on behalf of myself and Eugene, we'd like to welcome everybody that's watching here today. We hope you're enjoying the service. For those that can't be here, we hope that you're getting to enjoy this game. Even though it's not overly enjoyable from a Clonagale point of view, but look at what else would you be doing on a Sunday afternoon in November. Meanwhile, here comes Clonberne again, Kilkerrin, but that's well robbed there. Super tackle there by, as ever, Mia Mackin, who's been superb again for Clonagale. Mia to Emma Kildare, but that ball is cut out here, and here they come now with Chloe Miskell. Chloe in over the top to Morrissey. Morrissey gets the ball, but it's broken there by Anya Connaughton, and Anya has followed back. And Anya Connaughton, who's had an excellent year at full back for Clonagale, and looks like she's will have a career as an excellent full back. She knows how to play that position, and a progressive full back in so much as that she's able to come out the field. Okay, she needs to probably tidy up on clearances like that, which goes down into the far corner and is picked up by Samantha Fahy, the sub. Now, here they go again. Ball is fed into the centre. This is with Caitlin Mee. Caitlin now attacks over this side of the field, and it comes to the sub now, and the sub is Shauna Mee. Shauna Mee now back into the centre again, and this is with Morrissey, and Morrissey shoots. Oh, and flashes that ball over the bar with her right foot for her 6th point of the game. Ailish Morrissey, a very dangerous player. And meanwhile, a double substitution now for Kilkerrin Clonberne. So we need to see who's on. Number 11 has come onto the field, Maeve Flanagan, who didn't start. And Maeve Flanagan is replacing Ailish Morrissey. And off the field goes number 12, Lindsay Noon. And she's been replaced by, it looks like number 18, Caitlin Boyle. We really have to do something about these girls and these long ponytails covering the numbers on the jerseys. We'll have to bring some sort of bylaw in. So when is the next Congress, we'll have to bring that in. But meanwhile, here they come again. Kilkerrin Clonberne, who has now emptied their bench. That ball is now with the number 13, Eva Noon. Eva takes on Shauna Bannon, goes by her. Eva Noon on the left foot. She has a cultured left foot. This lady, she's a lovely footballer, is Eva Noon. Eva puts it back out to Chloe Miskell. Chloe back into the centre to the sub, Shauna Mee. Back out again to the girl that's just after coming on, Caitlin Boyle. She's tackled by Jennifer Higgins, who does well. The ball breaks out, comes back out the field, and here they come again now. This is with Maeve Flanagan, who didn't start just after coming on. Maeve now looks up on her left foot, but well tackled by Jennifer Higgins. Oh, that's well done by Jenny Higgins. Now let's see if Clonagale can get something going from here. Jenny goes long. That ball is on top. Oh, she was unlucky there. Grace Hannon was under that ball, and it just broke away from her, unfortunately, and was turned over. And now here come Kilkerrin again, but it's picked up there by Megan Kelly. Megan, who has done really well in this match. Now Megan into the centre to Ruth Finlas. Ruth waits it now. Here goes Ruth on one of her customary runs. Ruth takes on that Kilkerrin defence, still going on her left foot. This is good by Ruth Finlas. Turns onto her right foot now, looking for support. That support comes on the far side there in the forum of sub that's after coming on, Ciara Quinn. And Ciara takes a shot from 21 yards out, but unfortunately it just drifts to the right hand side and wide for the 5th wide of the game. And Ciara Quinn has come on there. I didn't actually see who she's come on for. We'll just see now. Who can we see in a minute who she's come on? She seems to have come on to that half forward line. Ciara Quinn seems to be in there. Meanwhile, the ball is kicked out this end of the field, and it's won there by Sarah Gormley. So they attack again. This is Lisa Murphy, the goalkeeper. Lisa now out the field, and this is with midfielder, and the midfielder is Siobhan Divley. Siobhan now tackled by Sinead Farrell, but look at elegant footballer Siobhan Divley, and she just keeps going. This is super run, dinks that ball into the middle, and that's with Chloe Miskela. Chloe inside, and this ball is in there to the sub. It's like Maeve Flanagan. Ball is flicked outside, and it comes to Miskell, and that's a great run, Chloe Miskell, and with her left foot, Chloe Miskell just dinks that ball over the bar. That's a super point by Chloe Miskell, who come out and won that ball towards the centre of the field, continued her run in along, took the final pass and tapped the ball over the bar for her 4th point of the game. A goal and 4 points now for Chloe Miskell. That's 3 goals and 21 points for Kilkerrin Clonberne against Clonagale's 4th point, and we are down now to the last 5 or 6 minutes of this game. Meanwhile, ball is kicked out between Gillian Walls and number 20 there, who is Louise Ward, but Louise Ward wins it and still going strong. This is Louise Ward back inside now. Here comes the sub. Chance here. The sub, that's a great block again by Anya Connacht, and the sub, of course, was Caitlin Boyle, who had got the ball on her left foot and had a chance to kick it over the bar. But once again, the superb Anya Connacht stuck to her task, got her hand in and blocked that ball out and wide for to the left of the post for a 45. So 45, and if I'm not mistaken, I think this is possibly the first 45 of the game. So 45 out the middle of the field here, and Louise Ward looks like she's picking that ball up, and she gives it short, and ball comes into Chloe Miskell. Chloe, she's tackled back there by Kelly Colgan, but she gets that ball away, and it goes to Maeve Flanagan. Now Maeve Flanagan, and Maeve with her left foot puts that ball in, but it falls into the hands of Galisa Killalea, so she feeds it out to Shauna Bannon, and Clonagale start again. Now Jennifer Higgins. Jennifer back into the centre to Anya Connaughton. Anya to Jennifer Higgins, and Clonagale comes out the field. Now Jennifer over this side of the field, and that's with Ciara Quinn, but the ball breaks away from in front of her, and there's no second chance when you're playing these girls. And meanwhile, here they go again. Nicola Ward now giving across into the centre, and here comes the centre back, and that is our Nicola Ward again. And here they come, and Nicola Ward, she's done this a couple of times a game. Nicola Ward 1-on-1 shoots, goal. Goal by Nicola Ward, and this girl has been absolutely outstanding. She has cut out anything Clonagale has thrown at her, but she's not just satisfied to cut it out. She then sets up the attacks, continues up the field, and as you can see there, went the whole way up the field and finished that sublimely to the goal. And ball breaks, and here she is again. And ball is given into the centre now to Eva Noon. This is Eva Noon on a goal inside to Miskell. Miskell shoots, and there's another goal. And this is a pity now for Clonagale. This is a pity because they had done fairly well in the second half to try and stem the flow, but in the last few minutes Kilkerrin Clonberne has showed their class, showed why they're Connacht champions, showed why they're going to be serious contenders for the All-Ireland Championship again this year. And as you said, it's a learning curve from Clonagale, but look at I suppose in a lot of ways it's great that they're in this position and they're getting the chance to do this, and let's hope that they take a learning from this. This of course is a very young Clonagale team, a lot of young players on this team, so hopefully they'll be able to take something from this. Meanwhile, one thing we'll have to say is they've never stopped trying, but they're up against a red tide here that's nearly unstoppable in this Kilkerrin Clonberne team, and they have power and strength in all positions on the field. So meanwhile, that ball is out the middle of the field with Eva Noon. Eva, who's the scorer of 4 points today, back out to Dibley in the middle of the field, and this is Claire Dunleavy, and they attack again. So the attacks are coming from everywhere at this stage now. We're on a scoreline of 5 goals and 21 points to 4 points. Less said about that, the better. Meanwhile, the ball is out here with Eva Noon. So we're into the last 4 or 5 minutes of this game. So Kilkerrin Clonberne are happy just to throw that ball around. But I'm just looking out, and the Clonagale girls have never stopped chasing and harrying and trying to get there. And to their credit, they've worked really hard. It's just that today they came up against a sublimely better team, supreme footballers. That's, as I said to you, has designs on winning an All-Ireland title, and it's very hard to see who's going to be good enough to beat them. Meanwhile, they attack up the middle with the captain, Louise Ward. Louise gives it out this side to the sub, and this ball comes out again, shot here, and that ball is kicked over by Anya Shaughnessy, number 29, for her second point of the game. Anya has scored a goal and 2 points since she came on. So that brings it to 5-22 to 4 points. Now we have a substitution for Clonagale, and Galeese is coming out a goal. And Clann are changing the goalkeeper there. So Emily Duff takes her place in goal. So she's getting a running goal at this stage, and it's not that Galeese did anything wrong. In fairness, there was very little she could have done about any of those goals. Meanwhile, that's a super kicked out by Duff, and it's gone right over midfield into the hands of Orla O'Neill. Now, can Clonagale finish here with a flourish? Orla runs at goal, still going, puts that ball across the goal for Grace Hannon, but Grace Hannon gets her hand in, and she's worked really hard. Grace Hannon has got it, and she deserves something now. This gives it back out, but unfortunately, it's cut out there by Louise Ward, and well snuffed out there by the Kilkerrin defence. But fair play to Grace Hannon in there among 3 against 1. She still won possession and has done well since she came on, Grace Hannon. Meanwhile, it's with Shauna Mee for Kilkerrin Clonberne. Shauna now, tackled by 2 Clonagale players, but gives that ball into the centre, and it's with Eva Noon. Eva now, attacking up the middle, goes by Shauna Bannon. Eva Noon, a good footballer, gives that ball right out here to who else but Anya Shaughnessy. And Anya, the sub, gets her 3rd point. Goal and 3 points for Anya Shaughnessy. And she's saying to Willie Ward, she's saying, Willie, that was sorry, excuse me, that was a goal. Sorry, I took my eye off it for a second. That ball dropped short and in over the head of Emily Duff for a goal. So 2-2 for Anya Shaughnessy, who is sending out a message here to Willie Ward, the manager, saying maybe you should start me the next day. So unfortunately, 6-22 to 4 points. Sorry, I thought that ball had dropped over the bar, but it just dropped under. Meanwhile, here comes Clonagale, Jennifer Higgins in Sinead Farrell. Now, can we get something here? Sinead turns into the centre. Has been well marshalled in this game, but still trying now. A lovely ball out this side of the field and right out here to Emma Kildare. Now, what can Emma do? Emma goes into the centre to Ruth Finnis, but unfortunately, Ruth was waiting for that ball, and Sarah Gormley came from behind, and it's very much or not Sarah Gormley, but Aisling Costello. And Aisling sort of said, well, I'm going to go for it. And unfortunately, at this level, if you stand and wait, it's going to be taken from you. And meanwhile, Gary Owen McMahon blows the full-time whistle on what was a very one-sided match, unfortunately from a Clonagale point of view. But as we said all along, a learning process. Huge performance by Kilkerrin Clonberne, who I think has laid down a marker there today to show that they are very very real designs on winning an All-Ireland club title this year. Of course, as I said to you earlier on, the last ladies All-Ireland club final was played in 2019, nothing last year, and this Kilkerrin team was in that final, and they were beaten by the Cork powerhouse of Mourne but they look like a team that's really decided that they're going to get back there this year, and they have strength all over the field. There doesn't seem to be any weaknesses in this Kilkerrin-Clonberne team. And on behalf of Clonagale, obviously, we wish them all the best now they're going forward to the Connacht Club final. Meanwhile, for this Clonagale team, this young Clonagale team, who bridged 24-year gap to win the county championship for the first time since '97 in Roscommon this year. Great credit to them, huge work done. The Roscommon county champions, and okay, today they came up against a powerhouse team, but let's hope they can learn and take something from that and take it forward, going forward for next year. So that's our affair here today, and what was a lovely day for football in an excellent Johnstown again, well looked after, and huge credit goes to PJ Bryan for having everything right, and a nice crowd here to see it. And as I said to you, what else would you be doing on a November afternoon but to be able to come and see your club team playing in a Connacht Club Championship final. To everybody that joined us from at home, to everybody that tuned in, we were delighted to have you on board. We hope you enjoyed our service. Once again, remember, and we've been sort of pushing this all day, as you noticed, the fundraiser for Clonagale, and this is so important. This is where the green shoots come from, and for all the kids that we have up here on Sunday mornings, for all the teams that the club puts out, those things don't happen for nothing, and for all the work that's done and that needs to be done. So this is our fundraiser, and this is our chance to get a few bob together to push the club on to the next level, and we need to do that. So this is our draw. It's for an original 1960 Volkswagen camper, which is a lovely prize, fabulous prize for anyone to get, worth over €40,000. So the draw is coming up, and as I said, you can buy one ticket for 25, 3 tickets for 60, or 5 tickets for €100. And up to the end of November, which is the next day or two, you can get 6 tickets for €100. You can buy all these online, so you need to log on to www.winaretrovwcamper.ie. So you just log on there and you'll be able to buy your ticket. So meanwhile, a rousing round of applause for the Clonagale girls coming off the field there in what was a tough afternoon for them, but as we'd like to think, a learning afternoon. As I said, from everyone at Clonagale here, the very best luck to Kilkerrin and Clonberne going forward. And once again, to all you for joining with us today, we hope you enjoyed the service. We hope you enjoyed the coverage. And we look forward to maybe seeing you again before the year is out. But on behalf of Eugene, our cameraman, and myself, Emma Turney, we'd like to thank everybody for joining us here today. We hope you enjoyed the fair. And until we meet again later on, and hopefully we'll meet again later on in the year, but until then, we look forward to seeing you then. But till we get to there, from myself and Eugene, thanks for your company, and bye for now.